Aloysius Ignatius Cadogan was a lonely man. In fact, it was on this day, a day which marked the 50th year of his existence, that Aloysius Ignatius Cadogan himself realized that he did not enjoy his current position in life. Nothing seemed to impress him anymore. He recalled how he had once been creative and full of life. But now, he simply was bored. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Aloysius Ignatius Cadogan was a lonely man, and he had accepted it. I'm not sure why he accepted it. 50 is the new 27. There's no reason to let yourself go. Get all lazy watching television all day. What the... My apologies. Who am I to judge? Sorry. Let's see, where was I? Oh yes, right. It was at about this time that Aloysius thought back to his birthday wish. And it was at about that time when the doorbell rang. I said, it was at about this time when the doorbell rang. Thank you. Now, typically, Aloysius Ignatius Cadogan was not the type to tamper with things he felt didn't concern him. He was the type of person who, if he found money on the street, would give it to a police officer. And if he couldn't find a police officer, would put it right back on the ground. Yes, good old Aloysius was honest to a fault. Though I suppose it was on his property. Hey pal, I heard you decided to let yourself go. Why so depressed? 50 is the new 27. At least that's what Oprah says. Anyway, open the box for a good time. Or maybe a not so good time. Who knows? Signed, a stranger. It was in this moment, in the 50th year of his life, when good old Aloysius Ignatius Cadogan decided that he'd take a chance. Aloysius Ignatius Cadogan was usually a lonely man. Aloysius's new friends were extremely helpful. Each with his own characteristics. There was Precious, a sad and overly emotional sort of fellow. There was Rastalicious, named so, for it was he who blazed the chalice in the name of his Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of Judah, Jah, Rastafari, ever living, ever faithful, ever pure. And then there was Ed. Named so because, well, Ed was Ed. Yes, Aloysius was enjoying the company of his new friends. They made him feel special, warm, and most importantly, he realized he was no longer lonely. He found when you're not lonely, you can learn from someone's experiences. He realized that there is nothing wrong with being strange, and there was nothing wrong with being emotional from time to time. But even when things are good, the call to return to yourself is too strong, and things go back to the way they were before. Rastalicious was the first to rebel. He burned fire on everything in Aloysius's room, because Rasta not deal with Babylon technology. Well, except for TV. Followed by Precious. And Ed was Ed. Aloysius had learned to adapt, mostly. This forced the hand of his friends. 50 years. So much can change in that time. So many lessons learned, so many more unlearned. And even with that, we build ourselves up as best we can to weather the storms, preserve some form of culture. 50 years, a milestone to look back on. Everything that has come before, good and bad, to decide what your next 50 hold. What changes will we make? Which parts of our heritage we'll reconnect to? After all, 50 is the new 27. Aloysius Ignatius Cadogan had woken up on many mornings and despised the reflection that stared back at him. On this day, Aloysius Ignatius Cadogan did in fact like his reflection.